2024 was a pretty quiet year for the MCU. They only released one movie, being Deadpool and Wolverine, and then they released a couple shows that were all pretty mediocre, with Echo starting off the year, which I think everybody already forgot about, Agatha All Along, which was pretty solid, and What If, that was a complete train wreck. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even watch it. They are bouncing back in a big way in 2025. We are gonna have 9 movies and TV shows releasing from the MCU this year, so here's my ranking of all of them by how excited I am to see them. In last place, I have the Ironheart TV show. Listen, I think she was a very solid side character in Wakanda Forever, but she should stay as a side character, at least for now. This feels like it's going to be another Echo situation. She was an interesting character in Hawkeye, but then you give her her own show, and it's so clear that they have no story to tell because the character's not that big. I just think this is going to be another very forgettable, like 5 out of 10 TV show that's not terrible in any ways, but nobody's ever going to remember it like 2 months after it releases. At number 8 is Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, the new TV show coming out that's not really associated with the MCU, kind of just its own standalone Spider-Man like origin story. I want to be a Spider-Man fanboy and be excited for this no matter what, but I'm sorry, the first trailer does not look so good. Visually, the animation is just not pleasing to look at. It looks worse than Invincible, if we're being honest. And also, I'm already annoyed by this version of Peter Parker. I really don't have high hopes for this. Plus, we already have amazing storylines going on with the MCU Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse Spider-Man. I really don't know if I can care about this one because it just seems very mediocre. At number 7 is Marvel Zombies, a new animated show that's only going to be about 6 episodes, most likely shorts, probably like 10 to 15 minutes long. Marvel Zombies seems like a cool concept. Like, this first teaser image does seem cool. But again, What If sounded like an amazing concept, and I didn't watch season 3, but I saw the concepts they did, like Darcy having a kid with Howard the Duck. It's kind of making me lose faith in the Marvel animation team over there. And number 6 is Eyes of Wakanda, another kind of mini-series, only going to be about 6 episodes following like some Wakandan history and trying to find vibranium in other places apparently. It sounds like it could be at least cool and definitely has the most promise out of any of these other animated shows. I just wish they gave these more episodes and longer runtimes so I could get more excited for them. And number 5, I have Wonderman. This is a live-action TV show coming out at some point this year. We don't know exactly when. I wasn't really familiar with this character, but apparently he's some like Hollywood actor that gains superpowers randomly, and at least the concept seems cool and the cast seems pretty stacked, but otherwise it can't be much higher just because, like I said, I'm not that familiar with him. Number 4 is where stuff starts getting really good. I have the Thunderbolts. This has potential to either be a really great surprise in the MCU or just unbelievably just mediocre. I hope it leans towards the positive side of that because the first trailer actually looks really positive. I really love a lot of these characters. I'm super excited to see Yelena back in here. Taskmaster hopefully can get redemption from being terrible in Black Widow. We're going to get Sentry finally in the MCU. Ghost, I think, is one of the most underutilized and underrated characters in the MCU. I'm hyped to see her again. And overall, the fight choreography and the tone of this in the trailer looked really good. I just hope the movie can capture that and not be a letdown. At number 3, I have Captain America Brave New World. Maybe I'm just buying into the hype because this is only like a month away and I'm really desperate for a new MCU movie, but I genuinely think this looks very good. It seems like they're trying to capture that Captain America the Winter Soldier kind of spy political thriller vibe again, and if they can do it, it could be incredible. We've got amazing actors in here to pair with Anthony Mackie. We got Harrison Ford as the Red Hulk and the President. I cannot wait to see his take on Thunderbolt Ross, and the first trailer actually looked pretty good for this movie. I'm really hyped for it. The only major concern I have about this movie is it has been reported that they've done tons of reshoots because all the test screenings keep getting negative responses, but like, you're making this film that's very political in nature and they're trying to please everybody. I feel like it's a recipe to kind of be a disaster, but I'm gonna ignore it and be hyped. At number 2 is the Fantastic Four, The First Steps. Well, I don't like the subtitle, The First Steps. I think this is going to be incredible. I absolutely love the cast of the main Fantastic Four. We're finally going to get Galactus in a movie, and it seems like they're going to let him live up to his full potential. This also takes place in a different alternate universe from the main MCU films, so there's a lot of potential for things to just get really crazy here. The visuals should be great because it's like a 1960s retro futuristic aesthetic. The soundtrack I already have hope for because they released the one main theme. It sounds incredible, and I'm honestly super hyped for this film. I think it's going to be the second best superhero movie of the entire year behind Superman. My number 1 has to be Daredevil Born Again. If this can capture like 50% of the original Daredevil series, it's going to be absolutely incredible. They're bringing back so much of the main cast. It seems like they learned from their mistakes. They did rewrites to make it more like the original series, following right from the end of the last season. We're gonna have Kingpin back in here, him possibly teaming up with Daredevil to fight against Muse. This is going to be absolutely insane. Let me know in the comments your ranking of these upcoming MCU movies and TV shows by how excited you are for them, and make sure to click down below to check out a playlist where I go over things that could go wrong and ruin all of these different movies.